I was supposed to go the weekend, and on the spot, I decide no, I cancel it right away. Respectfully, politely, like we say in French. I told her nicely, "Oh, I think I'm not gonna make it this weekend. I'm sorry. I have little inconvenience. I mean, the situation that happened, on the spot. Um, I didn't know it would happen. Like I have things to do with the family, and my mom wasn't there. She was already gone. So yeah, I couldn't. So she was like, oh, which one? No, when? I say, okay, maybe next time, but for now, I'm very, very busy. I couldn't come because I would be very uncomfortable. He knew, I think he didn't even write again because he realized that he messed up, that it was in my box, that he sent that to me. And I was like, should I go? I mean, I have every proof against him, but I thought in my mind, let's think about it before we get into emotion. Anything that people usually, oh, emotional. No, don't be emotional. Let's see. First of all, I understand that people make mistakes. No, we don't. Nobody's perfect. Mistakes. We all make mistakes. So the problem is when we make mistakes, are we still doing the same thing over? Because mistakes doesn't mean that it is not wrong. It was wrong for sure. But it didn't look like he wasn't familiar. It looked like he was probably to me because that kind of video, it's like, I mean, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, like I saw, no. So his body, I saw, I mean, it was just uncomfortable. And I was like, should I, everybody make mistake. The only thing that when you make mistake is to just stop and admit when you are wrong even in yourself, like, but it didn't look like it happened once. The woman seemed to be familiar. I mean, in the shots, anyway. And it's sad because the two victims here are the woman who probably didn't know if he was married or not. I don't know. Even if she knew, she was used in the way. I mean, and the wife as well. Okay. And you also have situation of faithfulness. He wasn't faithful, he was cheating, obviously. And the wife, I mean, she didn't know. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think about going out there and go to see the wife because one, I thought people make mistakes. The only thing is don't keep doing it the same. Don't keep doing the same mistake. Why? Because there is a saying in my native language. They say you can hide the disease, you can hide the sickness, but you cannot hide death. Meaning that you can keep doing. Maybe you think that you are good at hiding what you're doing, but the day when the other person will find or people will find out, it's going to be to the public eyes. People will know that you are not faithful. You're not. That's when you cannot stop the situation. Two, it's a family. I was thinking about the children. I was like, what's the point to go there and tell him and break a complete family? It's a family. You know, it's a family. So I wasn't looking to break a family apart. This is not what is the goal. I'm going to tell the wife, okay, your husband is doing this and that. What is the point here? Breaking a family? No, I didn't think it was the right thing to do. The thing that I believe is people themselves have to work on their issue, on their family issue together, see counselor. I don't know. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she knew. The third thing is, if I went there, maybe she knew already. Maybe she knew the husband was cheating on her. And I would look stupid like, oh, your husband is doing that. And she said, yeah, I know. There are women, they know when the husband cheats. They don't tell you. They know already, and as long as they are in the house, they are sitting. They don't feel threatened by outside predator. We say that homebreaker. We say that they can stay here. There are women. They perfectly know the husband is cheating, but they stay there. They don't, you know. So who am I to go there and tell her, look, he's doing this? No, I don't think. And there are children involved. I don't think it was the right move to do. So personally, I say I will not do. The other thing was I don't want to be in the middle of a drama. You'll be witness. You'll be like the one testifying over and over. See two people breaking apart. What's the point? Breaking people. No, people have the how to do the job when it comes to situation like that. And sometimes when you go to report the situation to the other, sometimes they hate you who like tell them this is what is happening. They hate you instead of hating the person who's actually betraying them. That's the irony. That's a you know and I often saw that like no, not like I want to say no, but I saw that in people it is just wrong. And I thought, what's the point? What's the point going there telling her, oh, this and that? But it's sad. But it's sad. It is sad because when you trust someone in doing that, you know, it's sad. And I had to disappear completely because I never want to have a situation where we have to talk about it. I was like, no, that's not me. It hurts. I lost good people because of that situation, because of the men behavior, unfortunately. And I never contact them anymore. I mean, not never, but always trying to find reason not to be able to go because I could not if I was going there. Imagine he knows, I know, he know that I know, I saw the video. It just, so people recording your sexual intercourse, we say that, what's the point, especially when you are married? I mean, I could probably tell her the thing if they weren't married, but they were already married. And marriage is sacred. You don't play with that. I've seen situation where I've seen witness and be in the middle of that. Like you see how the husband sometimes another couple that I knew very much. The husband had some very mean attitude in the sense that he was emotionally abusive to his wife. And even in front of people, like he would make comment about how fat she was now. Oh, you are too overweight, stuff like that, because her body changed after she gave birth to children. And I think in the beginning it wasn't to her anyway, because it was a quite difficult situation that happened. It almost like the woman kind of forced, like you cannot, we have to go forward in this relationship. And yeah, sorry, and yeah, so he was very emotionally abusive, like making sometimes he will not even be romantic with her, like yeah, seriously. And I remember I not met, there was a woman too. Uh, the social activity where I was going, and she mentioned his name. Like she was talking, yeah, I have a guy, and she was talking, and the guy's name was the ladies I'm talking about, husband. I knew that. And when I asked her, what do you mean by the name? And she was like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. And then I'm seeing him. And I was like, do you probably know that? I think he's married, right? Just, pretending I didn't know them really. And she was like, I don't care. is with me anyway. There are women that are very evil. They don't care. The man is married, like, and I remember one day he was sitting with a couple and another friend at the veranda. It happened many years ago, sitting there, drinking, talking, and then the woman was walking in a neighborhood, like, feet walking, and you saw her. I saw her, and he saw her too, because I knew. And the wife was in the kitchen, I think something like that. And the way he was agitated because the woman was walking. I think she went through, because she never lived in the neighborhood, she probably came down there just to tell him that, hey, I'm here, I'm somewhere around, because there was no way she would be there. It wasn't her neighborhood at all. They were seeing each other somewhere else for sure. And what happened is, I say, I'm going to do some groceries. You understand that he was going to see the woman. But, you know, me, I think for wisdom, for not breaking things apart, I don't think I report stuff. Even if I see that person with another woman sitting, I cannot say, I'm going to call the wife, say, oh, your husband is somewhere. I don't do that. I didn't see the point. I don't see the point of doing it. I think people are adult and they can handle the situation themselves with wisdom and therapy and all this. It's not someone else to come and tell them what to do. That's what I think. And what happened is he went to do groceries, and you understand what happened. So later on, the man was so bitter because he he was bitter in the sense that he was cheating, but he became bitter because he found out that he got sick. The wife was still there, huh? Under her eyes. Under her eyes, he was bringing women. Now it wasn't outside; it was now in the house, and everybody knew that. People think that there is a saying in my native language, they say, the child doesn't sleep. The child who doesn't sleep, or the child who thinks that he will bother his mom or his parent by crying, forgets that he's not sleeping himself. You understand? I mean, I try to translate word to word this quote. There are things that we say in wisdom words in my native language. You mean that the child is crying, but he forgets something. As he wants to balance his parent by crying at night, he forgets that he's not sleeping either himself. So he was trying to hurt his wife in a way because I don't know why. Hardworking woman, very faithful woman, loyal to him, caring a lot to him, but he didn't, because I think from the beginning he never loved her. And he was hurting her in a way. They even got married. I don't even know why he married. They got married. I don't even know. Just maybe for the status. I don't know. Because people sometimes like to pretend a lot, or someone loves the other one more than the other. That's extreme dangerous. So under her eyes, and everybody saw that, to the point where it was known that he got sick. As he got sick, he got angry and bitter because the wife didn't cut, because he wants her to have it also. Like, are you serious? You are doing the mess outside and you want her to pay with you? No. God is good. God is faithful. She didn't get it. That's only when she left. She was still there all this time of humiliation. She was still sitting there. And then she left. And then a few years later, the sickness was all over. He couldn't make it. He thought it was hurting the wife, but it was hurting himself. Yes, she was traumatized by this marriage experience. It was traumatizing, but what? It's a lesson that people do not envy what you don't know. People can sometimes pretend they are very. For me, relationship are supposed to be, the best thing. The Bible says two is better than one. But if you are struggling in your marriage, if you're not happy in your marriage, what's the point to be there? I don't know. when you get married, for me, I thought that people, you are as a person supposed to go higher. Your life is supposed to be, to the best. And then you see that no, not for everybody. Sometimes it's just like a nightmare, or sometimes your life is going like completely. What's the point? So I saw relationship and I'm like, do not rush, never rush. Take your time to know the person. There are basic, basic things that we should know and learn before heading to a relationship. The family aspect, all these aspects is very important. And I understand why people say do not rush. And I agree with them 100% today. Do not rush because there is so much when it comes to relationship. Anyway.